Jeff Bezos, Mr. Beast, Steve Jobs, this guy. Okay, maybe not this guy. But what if I were to tell you that all of these people have one thing in common that has allowed them to become the best at what they do? It's actually a really simple idea. It's one that seems like it shouldn't work, and it's one that you can use in your life to help you achieve anything that you want. And I'm going to tell you about this idea, but first I want to show you a few real life examples of people who have implemented it into their everyday lives. Let's start with the man himself. He needs absolutely no introduction, but I'll let Bo Burnham introduce him anyways.
CEO, entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos.
Yes, Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon and the third richest person in the world. Oh my God, this guy's a loser. But seriously, besides Bezos being a little broke bitch, I don't think anyone would argue Amazon's insane success. And Bezos, in an interview, actually mentions what he thinks is responsible for it.
The number one thing that has made us successful by far is obsessive compulsive focus on the customer as opposed to obsession over the competitor.
Now, Jeff said something there that you may not have caught, but let me play you another clip and see if you get it this time.
But you're not a pure internet play.
It doesn't matter to me whether we're a pure internet play. What matters to me is do we provide the best customer service. Internet, schminternet. That doesn't matter.
Did you get what I was referring to? Listen, I know I wouldn't have necessarily gotten it either had I not known about this principle, but let me show you one more example of a highly successful individual implementing it in their lives. This is Mr. Beast, YouTube's most subscribed creator.
Well, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I could spend less for videos if I want to. I'm just focused on making the best videos possible, period. I don't care about making money. I don't care about time. I don't care about anything. I just want to make the best videos on the planet.
Did you catch it? It's something that Mr. Beast says many, many times throughout this interview.
Just want to make the best videos possible, best YouTube videos possible. So make the best videos possible. I just want to make the best videos possible. We'll make the best video possible. Make the best videos possible. Make the best videos possible.
Okay, I may have lost you at this point. You're probably wondering what Jeff Bezos' obsession with customer experience and Mr. Beast wanting to make the best YouTube videos possible have to do with one another. Okay, well, the truth is that there is a secret strategy that these two and many, many other successful individuals use to help them become great at what they do. And I'm about to tell you what it is. Are you ready? Okay. Their secret is that they do less. I know, that probably doesn't make much sense, but hear me out. I actually got this idea from the book Essentialism by Greg McKeown, and it is the idea of doing less, but better. And the people that embody this principle are known as essentialists. Whether you know it or not, our lives are full of trade-offs. Because of our limited time, when you say yes to something, you are inherently saying no to something else. For example, last night I was picking a movie to watch, and it was between Shawshank Redemption and Camp Rock 2. I knew that by picking one, I had to say no to the other. It was a hard choice, but in the end, I think I made the right decision. Oh shit! This isn't Shawshank. I don't know who put this one on. I'll switch it over to Shawshank right now. Yeah. And so what this means is that in order for you to focus on anything, you have to say no to almost everything else. And the most successful individuals in the world understand this best.
When you think about focusing, right? You think, well, focusing is saying yes, no. Focusing is about saying no.
You gotta have laser-like focus. If you lose focus and you get too scatterbrained, then you just that's how you just fall off.
The idea is that you need to be able to say no to the things that don't matter so that you can actually make time and space for the things that do matter in your life. But this means that you actually have to understand what you really want, and you need to be able to get rid of everything else that is getting in the way. But Devin, everything I do matters. I couldn't possibly give up anything that I'm doing. You see, that's where you're wrong. Most of the things that you do really don't matter at all. This is made really clear in the Pareto principle. For those of you who don't know what the Pareto principle is, it essentially states that 80% of our results come from only 20% of our efforts. You can see the Pareto principle in action everywhere in the world. Think about your wardrobe, for example. You probably wear 20% of your clothes, the essential few bits that you really like, about 80% of the time. Or your music library. I bet that 80% of the songs that you listen to are actually only from 20% of the artists in your entire library. And so if 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts, that means that 20% of your results, what's left over, actually comes from 80% of your efforts. In other words, people are wasting most of their effort, 80% of it to be exact, chasing 20% of that total outcome. And so when I talk about unimportant things in your life, I'm talking about this 20%. The lesson that I'm trying to get across here is that what you don't do is just as important as what you actually decide to do. Now, you're probably wondering what any of this has to do with Jeff Bezos or Mr. Beast or Steve Jobs. And more importantly, you're probably wondering, how does this benefit me? Well, the truth is that all three of these guys are essentialists at their core. And if you want to be like them and many other successful individuals, well, you also need to be an essentialist. Let's think back to that first clip of Jeff Bezos that I showed you.
The number one thing that has made us successful by far is obsessive compulsive focus on the customer as opposed to obsession over the competitor.
Knowing what you know now, what we just talked about, can you see how Jeff Bezos uses the concept of essentialism to help give Amazon a competitive edge? You see, if a non-essentialist was running the company, it would be far too easy for them to focus on their competitors too much, which would allow them to potentially cloud their judgment and take them off of the path they wanted to go down. But Jeff Bezos realized that this wasn't the most important thing. Not that it wasn't important at all, but it wasn't the most important thing. You'll hear him say time and time again how important customer experience is to the company, and he never ever loses sight of that. If he did, there's a chance that Amazon wouldn't be nearly the company that it is today. Mr. Beast, well, he's even a more extreme example of essentialism in action. Listen to how he answers these questions.
What's the workplace culture that you hope to create when everyone's in the same place?
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't even know. I just want to make the best videos possible. A culture that helps get that.
How does this investment of $10 million plus, how does it become profitable?
I don't know. I just want to make the best videos possible. I'm not a businessman. I'm a creator. I want to make the best videos possible. This helps. And I believe as long as we're doing everything in our power to make the best videos possible, people will watch them. And I don't know. I'm a lunatic. I think it'll work out.
Now, this might seem like a guy who has no clue what he's doing. But the truth is that Mr. Beast knows exactly what he wants.
Best video possible, or get it out of my face. I don't care.
And he knows better than to focus on things that would divert his energy from that end goal. And yes, I know that focusing on what your competitors are doing, or focusing on best business practices or how to invest money, these things are very important questions. But that's the thing about essentialism. It's not always easy to decide what you're going to focus on. A lot of the time, you're actually gonna have to give up some really great opportunities so that you can actually go ahead and focus on the most amazing ones instead. But choosing to not focus on some great opportunities doesn't mean that you're giving them up entirely.
What helps us make the best videos possible? That's the only question you should ask me. Subscribers don't matter. Views don't matter. I mean, they do, but all that comes. Everything you want as a creator comes from making the best videos possible.
This is the power of essentialism. If you're actually able to focus on the right thing from the get-go, well, a lot of the things that you chose to ignore earlier, you're going to achieve downstream. And at this point, you're probably wondering how you can apply essentialism in your life. And to be honest with you, I wish I could help you, but I can't, because this concept of essentialism is very, very highly personalized, and it's something that is constantly evolving. In fact, I'm trying to actually figure out how to become more of an essentialist in my life as well. A hard truth that I've come to realize in recent years, to quote David Allen, is that you can do anything, but not everything. And so I think it's really important, more important than ever, to figure out what anything means to you. That one thing that, if you could get it, would mean the world to you. You see, a lot of people ask the question, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And to be honest with you, I don't really like that question. A question that I prefer to ask is, what would you do if you knew that you were going to fail? In other words, what do you love doing so much that even if you knew you were going to fail right from the get-go, you would still continue to do it anyways because you just love the process so much? I think if you can answer that one question, if you can focus solely on that task and ignore all of the other noise, not only do I think that you are an essentialist, but I do think also that you are well on your way to achieving everything that you want in your life.